Today we're going to talk about the process map or the process flow chart. It's one of the 7 quality tools of Lean Six Sigma. In fact, it's the first one. The reason it's the first one is because it's our foundation. It's removing all the chaos or all the noise in an operation and simplifying everything, bringing it together into one orchestrated document so everybody from beginning to end, from your purchasing department all the way to your shipping department, knows exactly the steps that are involved in that process. So that's the one we're going to start with today. Again, the process map or the process flowchart, the first of the 7 quality tools of Lean Six Sigma. Imagine, if you would, a swimming pool. This swimming pool has lanes in it. If any of you swam in school or college, you understand that you need to stay in your lane. Similarly, you need to stay in your department. So a proper organizational chart, a proper process map will have various lanes in it. One lane for each department. Shipping, receiving, warehousing, quality control, manufacturing, everybody gets a lane. You can actually create a process map that involves every single element from the customer's request all the way through to the shipping department on one simplified document. That's the power of a process flow chart. So just like we talked about the swim lanes, we have departments. So now what we want to do is we want to bring all the different people in together. We want to bring your shipping department. We want to bring your manufacturing department. We want to bring all the different players into the same room. Now remember I said it's bringing simplification to chaos. So it's going to be a little muddied at first. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Now give all the various departments a post-it note, a different colored post-it note. Let them all write down their ideas. Let them all write down how they think the process is supposed to go. It's going to look a little messy at first, not a problem. We're not worried about the organization at this point. We're just worried about making sure that everybody's idea of what's going on is on the board. Then we'll go through and we'll start to simplify it. So once everybody has their ideas on the board, now we go in and we start removing the duplication. We rewrite some of them for clarity. So we go through this process again and again and again. We make sure that everybody's on the same page. And it's going to be really interesting because this is the time we're going to find out that management thinks that one thing's going on, buyers think that another thing is going on, and warehouse is like, well, no, this is how we're actually doing it, depending on what the process is, obviously. But again, it's not just for a warehousing operation or 3PL. You can use this for invoicing, for a service industry, for credit card uses. It doesn't matter because any organization, any process that you're managing, you want to use this tool. Again, 95% of the defects in any process can be removed by these 7 quality tools. And that's why we're starting with the number 1, the process map or the process flow chart. So again, you get all the ideas together, you remove the duplications, you rewrite some for clarity, everybody's on the same page now. Now, just like we're in that swimming pool, you start dropping them into lanes. Now at this point, you want to start making sure that you get the organization right about what department does what. Because then what we're going to do is later in this process, we're going to bring it into a platform. We're going to bring it into Visio or PowerPoint, or it really doesn't matter what platform you're using, as long as you're using a platform, as long as you're making sure that we're using the right symbols, right? Because we want symmetry. The purpose of this is to remove chaos, to simplify the noise that's in an operation. So you want to make sure we're using the proper flowchart symbols as illustrated by Lean Six Sigma. That way we're making sure that we can share this idea across the platform, different divisions, different departments. So that way, again, we're using that symmetry. So we put all the post-it notes up there. We remove the duplicates, we rewrite some for clarity. We start structuring them by the department that they fall into. Now we're going to take that information and we're going to move it over into a platform where we're going to use the proper Lean Six Sigma flow symbols. That way we can have that symmetry again. Now that we have a clear understanding from all the different departments, now everybody in that room is going to walk away with the same idea. It's really important that you do this because you want to remove ambiguity from the process. I know that a lot of companies thrive on ambiguity, right? I was with Amazon for a while and they thrive on ambiguity. Let me tell you something. As a lean practitioner, ambiguity is the devil. We really want to make sure that the end product is the same. You can only expect what you inspect, right? So as long as everybody's following the same process, as long as everybody's following the same steps, the end product is going to be the same. Not just the same, but your cycle times and your takt time to manufacture that process, that's TAKT, takt time, That's making sure that all those elements remain the same, so you can start really now planning your production plan, and you can plan your operation much better from a labor capacity standpoint. So it's important that we remove the ambiguity from the process. And if anyone ever challenges if this kind of thing works, I challenge you to look at McDonald's. Every time I'm not a fan of McDonald's, but every time I go to McDonald's, no matter who's behind that counter, no matter who's on the other end of that microphone at the drive-thru, my Big Mac's always going to look like my Big Mac. It's always going to be put together the same way. Sometimes I think I might have a little less fries than the time before, but it's still the same thing. It's a process. They know exactly how long the bun is supposed to be in the toaster, how long the burger is supposed to be in the oven. They have it down to a science. They have it down because they have a proper work instruction. They have a proper process map, a process flow chart, the first of the 7 quality tools of Lean Six Sigma. Now, again, it's really important because now that you have this, you can take your work instructions, right? Proper SOPs. Now we can have a picture of what the finished product looks like with a step-by-step line description of how you get there, right? Remember, you can only expect what you inspect. That's why this is so key. So I hope you understand the value of a process map or a process flow chart, the first of the 7 quality tools of Lean Six Sigma. Thank you.